Mangal is a planet that has always intrigued humans with its mysteries. Today, our research on Mars is uncovering its secrets, and we are just scratching the surface of its mysteries. Yet, where no one has gone before, we are uncovering the mysteries of life in the universe. We believe that questions, no matter how difficult, will one day be answered by human ingenuity. But the challenges we face on Mars are not insurmountable. They are merely stepping stones. We are uncovering the history of human existence on Mars. What we are searching for on Mars is the evidence of life that once existed there. Mars is one, either his only opportunity, or he understands that his answer is connected to our hands. In January, National Aeronautics and Space Administration Perseverance rover dropped 10 tubes on Mars as part of the Truth mission. And each tube contains soil and samples for the purpose of truth and research. These are samples that study the surface of Mars and its environment. These tubes help us determine whether there was ever life on Mars. And if so, that life may have evolved on Mars into some other forms. But to know all this, we need to study Mars. Those topics will be studied in depth here, and they will be examined on any findings through our sophisticated instruments. And no plans have been made to carry out this work immediately. Mars Sample Return Mission, which is planned to be launched by 2030, those 10 tasks will only enhance this mission and mark the beginning of a complex mission. This is just a speculation, but if in the future it is said that this is a revolutionary step or some evidence is found, then those 10 tasks will come in handy for us. But in reality, the mission still has an additional 33 tasks in the rover. In these tubes, the rover's landing site is carefully sampled with the help of a crater. Will be collected, a place where rivers and delta existed about 4 billion years ago. Its lava is also yet to be sampled thoroughly. And then it will be ready for a detailed analysis. Scientists consider this crater perfect for research on rover exploration. Does our planet also have a river system like the one visible in this crater? Sediments with larger deposits that were brought from the surrounding area are found here. Along with this, certain minerals are also present in these deposits, which help us understand Mars' past and its geology and history. Tracking helps in understanding the surface. Where water is found in its liquid form, along with the presence of water, we also get to see the possibility of life. And this fact is also true for Mars. We believe that if there was water on another planet, then there would definitely be biological remains in its sediments. This mission will focus on the habitability of Mars, looking for water and signs of life. To search for evidence, Perseverance rover will collect samples from its drill for analysis. The drill will extract rock samples and analyze their chemical composition, fitting them into 15 centimeter long tubes. This rover is equipped with a total of 43 tubes, out of which 38 will be used to collect rock samples, while the remaining 5 are referred to as witness tubes. They will be analyzed for the presence of water on Mars and to study the possibility of life and the conditions for its sustenance. In September 2021, this rover collected its first sample of Martian rock from a location named Rochette. Ten sample tubes have been placed at different locations along with their samples, but duplicates of these samples will also remain with the rover. Actually, these 10 tubes are also called backup tubes or duplicate tubes, which will be retrieved in the future when we encounter some problem in this mission or if this mission fails. These tubes have been left on a place called Three Forks. By January 2023, this rover had completed its surface drop-off, and after that, the Perseverance rover's extended mission phase had begun. When the National Aeronautics and Space Administration team was informed that these 10 samples are ready to be read and analyzed, they were thrilled. And the rest were top-notch, which are highly appreciated in the rover mission. For bringing them back, the Mars Sample Return Mission, meaning Mars Sample Return Mission, has been planned, which is expected to launch around the 2030s on a dedicated spacecraft. In the same way, the samples will come to the lander, which will then launch them. For coming back to Earth, this Mars mission costing $10 billion. The sample return mission is the most promising sample collection site, Wildcat Ridge. This site is a few meters wide, where we have found evidence of being a sulfate. And scientifically, this site is quite exciting because potential biosignatures could exist here. And the reason behind this is that sulfates are formed in groundwater, and this process is quite significant in understanding. Microbial life is possible, which can be found in these sulfate minerals and can persist for a very long time. On Mars, if those sulfates are found, it can be determined through which process they were formed. Then we might also find evidence of life from several years ago there. The presence of sulfates also indicates that scientists want to take samples from Mars to explore the possibility of life. Mudstone is a fine-grained sedimentary rock that contains traces of organic material, which Curiosity rover observed on the Gale crater. However, the rover has not yet been able to drill into those mudstones to collect samples. But scientists believe that mudstones may contain microbial cells and fossilized organic compounds, which Perseverance is actively searching for. For any mineral grain, science In Upper Madison, these microbes are surviving under extreme conditions. Little Etwas is similarly becoming more influenced by the organic mudstone. Its lava sampling team will also collect samples of carbonate sediments. Just like on Earth, we find preserved biosignatures in chalk and limestone. So, if there was ever life on Mars, carbonates in rivers and lakes would have preserved the evidence of that life, just like it happened on Earth. For this, the sampling team has also considered carbonates. On March 30th, Perseverance rover collected its first carbonate sample after identifying a suitable location. We know that the Perseverance rover faced challenges in collecting a sample from the surface of Mars. The rover, along with the ground team, is working diligently to accomplish this mission. But the return phase of this mission is still not finalized yet. Original NASA had planned that it would reach the European space by 2030. The Fetch rover will collect samples from the Perseverance rover, which are around 05-10. Kingsarens will once again be in the Mars orbit when the sample capsule is in the Mars orbit, connecting Mars to the European orbiter. This plan is quite complicated. Completing this won't be that easy. But there's a big problem in this plan ahead. When the European Space Agency collaborated with Russia after the invention of Rossiya, the European Space Agency ended its entire partnership with Russia. And in this, Mars sample return mission was also included. The Russian Rosalind Franklin Mars rover was supposed to be used in this mission. The rover was being prepared with nuclear power sources and landing platform. But all these plans were put on hold. For this reason, the EXOMARS rover has been delayed further. And finally, not just National Aeronautics and Space Administration, but the European Space Agency has also promised to provide missing pieces. And for this, National Aeronautics and Space Administration is also working on some budget allocation and cost recovery from Congress. National Aeronautics and Space Administration's assistance is limited as it cannot afford two simultaneous missions, posing a significant challenge. National Aeronautics and Space Administration says that either they can land the Fetch rover on Mars or focus on the Mars sample return mission. We cannot do both at the same time. The answer to this lies in fast-paced engineering, but it is very expensive. This makes decision-making here quite dependent on imports. And here everyone agrees that it is important to save the ExoMars rover. National Aeronautics and Space Administration should help European Space Agency in this. The drill in this rover can go up to 6 feet 6 inches beneath the surface of Mars, which is on Mars. In the past and present, if life exists, it is better protected in subterranean habitats, shielded from the hostile environment on the surface. We will expose it to its surroundings and we will reach there. George Vargo, who is a scientist on European Space Agency's ExoMars project, did not say that we are sure that National Aeronautics and Space Administration supported us. With this, we will hit the target of the 2020 launch window, and for saving this mission, we were in need of America's contribution. Vargo further says that this is an amazing mission. We have done a lot of research and found such things where we get the support of biological origins. And I hope that we will send one more sample return mission, which will bring samples from Mars and also lay them on Earth carefully. He is also facing many challenges in his sample return mission. During a meeting on the directed rate of National Aeronautics and Space Administration's science mission on Mars, Graham Lane said that we need to keep the budget of this mission under control. And for this, we will have to remove some instruments from this mission. This was indeed a sad piece of news. But delays and the need to spend money on other projects meant National Aeronautics and Space Administration's budget couldn't be stretched further. This decision was made to bring the project under more protection. As a result, National Aeronautics and Space Administration will be forced to remove 2 Mars rovers from this mission. These Mars copters will be sent along with the Perseverance rover. After the success of the Ingenuity rover craft, it was included in this mission, and these were designed to explore different locations and remote areas. They were developed to collect data for backup purposes. Okay, now National Aeronautics and Space Administration just wants to say that they will soon launch this mission into the launch window. Whether it's National Aeronautics and Space Administration's mission or European Space Agency, as we are trying to reduce costs in the budget while ensuring science instruments are minimized. But our hopes and ambitions have grown bigger than ever before. Whether life exists there or not, this mission definitely inspires us and the upcoming generation. What will be the results of these missions will only be known with time. The mystery of life on Mars will only be solved in the future, but the first step is our mission. India's Chandrayaan-3 is about to launch soon. This was created using a dedicated video from which you can see the click on the left side. But in the case of Mars mission, what is your opinion? Please let us know in the comment section and do subscribe to the channel for more such videos and stay notified. Friends, we will meet soon.